Okay. Okay, nobody's on yet, so not too worried. May not have anybody tonight. Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Everybody might be busy. Oh, we're going to have an echo if I do that, though. Alright, there we go. Hey, what's up? Hey, guys. Alright, we got some people. Hey, so I've got some parts that are cleaning in the ultrasonic cleaner right now. And then I'm going to go get those. Actually, they just finished, so I'm going to go grab those. And we're going to clean some resin 3D printed parts. What's up, everybody? Jackboy, Auburn, Connor, Jacob, Melinda, Walker. What's up, Walker Dairy? I will be right back. All right. So we have this big mess of stuff to clean. And I misplaced my... Oh, sprue cutters. Sprue cutters. All right, so I'm going to adjust this. I'm doing great, I guess. I am home alone for a few days. My wife is at the in-laws, so I'm going to get a lot of stuff done. Hey, Judy. How's everybody else doing tonight? What's you guys do anything exciting this weekend? So I've put together like a bunch of these in the last week for a customer. Anyway, they're turning out pretty sweet, actually. So mounted 5-shank inline ripper. Pretty happy with those. So can you have a shout out? Yeah, Walker Dairy Farm, you can have a shout out. You bet. Always happy to do that. So I don't know what I just thought, hey, I'm going to be down here working and it's kind of boring and quiet all by myself down here. So I just thought, what the heck, maybe you guys would want to chat a little bit. Do you have a John Deere 4700 sprayer? Probably. Oh, hung sheetrock. Oh, no, I didn't do that. I don't know. What did I do this weekend? I worked yesterday. That was about it. Today, I worked a little bit this morning, and then I decided I was going to take the afternoon off. I took my dad to visit my uncle, who lives like an hour away, so that's always a good thing. Anyway, so this is like my strainer that comes out of my my ultrasonic cleaner. I'm just going to run that back over there real quick. So. All right, so everything's a mess. So you can kind of like see the parts shelf back here and everything, and whatever. Everything. It just seems like everything's a mess right now. What's up, Christopher? Yeah, you got a John Deere sprayer yesterday. Awesome. Those sprayers are nice. Like that's one of the things I think Ertl has done really well is their sprayers. Yeah, Judy Clayton, you got a shout out coming. Same for you, Jack Boy. Do I play Farming Simulator? I don't. I tried it once. I thought it was fun, but it's a time situation. I just don't have time to do that sort of thing. So, anyway, here is what I'm cleaning up. Ooh, that was a failure. These are... Oh, let's find the camera. There we go. These are planetary duals that will go on my New Holland and Versatile tractors. So, this is the first thing I'm cleaning up. Anyway... So to do this, so when they come out of the printer, you've got some work yet. It's not like you're done. You've got to clean all these supports off of here, which I'll be honest, depending on the model, is a huge pain in the butt. I was doing a really detailed model for a customer the other day. I printed, and I can't say what it is, unfortunately, but I tell you what, by the time I was done with that thing, I was ready to be done with that thing. It was a pain. Okay. My axle hole is way too big. Holy crap. I don't even know if I ought to clean the rest of these, seeing that now. I guess I could fill that. I can make use of it. We're not gonna scrap it just because of that. So here's what the inside, I don't know, part looks like, hub, whatever. There's gonna be some filing once these, so the process here is, so these are out of the printer. You put them in some isopropyl alcohol, whatever that word is, IPA, for a little bit. You kind of agitate them in there for a minute or two. And then some people go to a second step of isopropyl alcohol, a clean step, and agitate again. I go straight to my ultrasonic cleaner with just water, and have pretty good luck with that. Then once you pull off all your supports, you have to put them in a UV box, a UV lamp. I usually do it for 30 minutes. That just gets them good and hard, because right now you can kind of feel the outside has a little excess resin on them. So they're a little like slimy, sticky, but not so much. I mean, I can't really like manipulate them with my finger or anything. So not so much that they're going to hurt anything. But that's why I have these gloves on, because uncured resin is bad for you. Once it's cured, it's fine. But yeah, I got to figure something else out here, because that didn't print well, and that could be my settings. That could be the orientation. I'm not sure, but I'm not happy with the way those came out at all. So that's the way it goes sometimes. I'm going to try another pair, though. All right, I'll try to catch up. I need to do a live stream of all my toys. Agreed. I will. If you guys have been following along very long, you know I moved. So most of my toys are still in Rubbermaid containers, unfortunately. But it was important, being wintertime, that I got my shop here up and running and started working on a display versus getting my toys just to sit out on shelves. So as soon as I get a little more free time, or kind of get caught up here in the shop and kind of get this Dogtown display under wraps a little bit, at least get it going, I will definitely do a video on that. So I'm just using my hobby knife. I'm just kind of trying to clean off the supports that are up close. But again, once this is cured, I can just take a file and clean that really well. Or, kind of file it down to where it needs to be. How long have I been 3D printing? I bought my first 3D printer about 5 years ago. So, yeah. Those almost look like hopper bottom bins. Yeah, they do fail. Yeah, definitely. How can I get a model from me, and how much? Okay, well, it depends on what you want, for one. And two, fortheloveoftractors.com is basically where I'm going to sell everything that I sell at this point. Because I've tried doing it on like Instagram and Facebook, and it's always a hassle. Like somebody will, I want this, and then they never send money. And then you've turned down a guy that wanted it because you thought the first guy was going to do it, and it's just frustrating as heck. So these are hydraulic outlets for a Case IH quad track. Those turned out okay. I could use a little bit of work on that like PTO bulb down there, or PTO shaft, input shaft, but it's not terrible. I've seen worse, so let's clean a couple more of those up. Those cleaned real easy, right? You're in progress of building a display for the national show. Nice. So that'll be awesome. I've actually never been to the National Fall Show. I've been to the Summer Show several times. But the National Fall Show always seems to be right in the middle of harvest, or right towards the tail end of harvest. And I can never get away. Maybe someday, though. You never know. Things change. Oh, cool, Seeker. Glad that paint stripping tip worked for you. Yeah, that video helped me out a ton, too. So so I try to recommend it to everybody I can that needs that advice. Do I farm for a living? Sort of. I mean, that's the honest answer. Sort of. I make some of my money farming, for sure. I make some other money doing some other things. And someday, it's my dream to make most of my money doing farm toys. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know if that'll ever happen. But wouldn't it be cool? The problem is time. Like, I feel like... Huh. That was interesting. I really feel like if I had the time, if I had, like, let's say, 2 months where I didn't have to do anything, and I could sit and develop products and things like that, I'm pretty sure I could get going and make a halfway go of it. And it would be way less stressful than farming and everything else I do. But Unfortunately, I just can't take a few months and do that. Maybe someday, you never know. I don't know. Things are weird right now in my life, to be honest with you. So, man, these are cleaning up awesome. These hydraulic outlets are, yeah, these are nice. These are cleaning up really well. Oh, you made a John Deere pull type strip sprayer. Cool. I love pull type sprayers. I wish there were more of those around. You know, everybody's got the big self-propelled jobs now, but yeah, harvest. Oh, I mean, we harvest wheat in the summer. But what's your favorite tractor? Mine is the John Deere 5020. I love a 5020. Those are awesome. My favorite tractor is the Steiger KP 1400. But yeah, 5020s are awesome. I've customized 6 different 5020s in 1/16 scale. Basically, every time I go to a yard sale or an auction and there's a 5020, I try to buy it. I don't know, just an obsession, I guess. One of those things. What's the oldest toy I have? I have an Eska John Deere 70. I think it's a 70 that my dad had when he was a kid. So there you go. That's the oldest model I have. My favorite model I made. It's not here. Oh, where'd the light go? That would be my Steiger KP 1400 that I made. It's in a box still, unfortunately. I mean, as you can tell, I like Steigers, so. Yeah, I mean, 64 scale is kind of what I do, but if I had more time, space, and money, I'd get into 16 scale pretty seriously. I mean, you guys, if you see the video, I mean, I've got quite a bit of 1/16 scale tractors, but I probably need to thin that herd out a little bit. But I would love to customize them more. All right, look at that. There's like 10 hydraulic outlets cleaned up. Oh, I wish everything went that way. Do any companies make a Hardy Rubicon? I don't know. Ooh, not a clue. Any tips for beginners? Get started. That's what you got to start. Everybody sucks when they start. That's the trick. Like some people, like I know people are afraid to do it because they're afraid it might not be good compared to guys that have been doing it forever. You just got to do it. Just got to get going. Get started. Improve every time you build. Start with wheels and tires. I got some videos on how to do that. But that's the super easy way to get started, in my opinion. Swapping out wheels and tires. It's also probably the least expensive way, or at least the least expensive, potentially least expensive way, because it's hard to screw that up. And if you do screw up a wheel and tire swap, it's pretty easy to fix. So that's why I suggest that for people. How much does a guy need to spend on a decent 3D printer? How do you get the files? You have to make the files. So see, that is the that's sort of the rub with 3D printing. It looks easy, right? Like you hit a button and this cool stuff comes out. You have to design that cool stuff. And I'll be honest, like, yeah, I mean, I have some friends that we share files back and forth with, but they are really good friends, and they're also guys that are also into printing pretty hardcore. And so I think we sort of all appreciate what each other's doing and the work involved. Like, for example, that inline ripper I showed at the beginning. Let's grab it here. This guy. This is actually a file from Matt Cassidy at Circle C Farm Toys. And so I had a guy come to me, and he wanted 20 of those. So to buy 20 of those off Shapeways, off Matt Cassidy's store, was going to be a fortune. And it was not going to be profitable for me to do that. So I contacted Matt. I've known Matt for years. And I said, hey, could we work out a deal? I said, could I buy your file? You want to trade for it? We ended up trading. Just trading file for file. And that works out good for both of us, because then we both end up with something different to build and sell. And we also both get value out of the file that we build. So tips to get a 3D printer, I mean, they're cheap. I mean, you can get an Anycubic Photon for like $250. I mean, that's stupid cheap. That's a resin printer. I mean, that's what I'm printing here. I'm printing on the Photon S, which is closer to 400 and something bucks. But if you bought something from your website, would you paint? I don't know. What do you want? I'll paint. Yeah, I mean, shoot me a message. Whatever you want, I'll paint it. That's no big deal. I think my email. Do you run a Farm Toys building? No, not yet. Maybe someday. Again, that would be cool, but I just don't know how to make that happen, to be honest with you. Because to make, and if anybody's got any ideas, do I have a white harvester? I do not. I love those though; they're super cool. But they haven't made those for 30, 40 years, so they're hard to get. Would you assemble a kit and paint it for extra cash? Sure. Yeah, shoot me a PM or DM on Facebook or Instagram, or shoot me an email, fortheloveoftractors@gmail.com. Talk about what you want. We can do anything. We can work out something. There's certain things I'm only going to be building certain things this winter. That's just kind of the way it's going to be. It's the way it's got to be this winter. But if it's something I've got a kit for or whatever, yeah, I'll build you one. Because that will be not a ton of work. I'm probably not going to design anything new right now because I don't have time. I actually did some design work today if you look on Instagram, but that's going to be it. And that at least for a month or two until I get past that toy show in February that I'm going to. Because I've got to build. I could show you guys my build list. It's for that show. It's ridiculous. Actually, let's do that real quick. Let me take a break from pulling sprues. Pardon my mess. So, here is my build list. I don't know how well you can see that. So, I have New Holland 4-wheel drives. I have 3 of those to build minimum. Versatile 4-wheel drives, 3 to build minimum. I have 3 Delta tracks to detail with my kits. I have, let's call it 10 inline rippers to make, 4 fertilizer tenders to build, truck and all. I have a service truck to build. I have 5 pickup trucks to build. I have several stock choppers to build. I have 3 John Deere 8430s, 5 8640s, and 2 Kinsey Repower. Those are going to take forever. I have 3 Landau VTs to build. I have just some other weatherproofers there, and I have those in yellow and blue. I have 3 different kinds of offset discs to build. I have 5 IH front wheel assists to build, 2 Steiger Lions, a Lion quad track, weathered versatile Ford and Big Bud. Those will be easy. I have 3 new NH3 things. I have some potato equipment, centerfold discs, 10 fertilizer buggies, a whole bunch of Turbo Tigers. Blah. So anyway, and I have to come up with decals for all those. So that's my build list for February. So, going to be busy. But that doesn't mean I can't work something in. But I'll be honest, if anybody's in a hurry for something, I'm not your guy to build it. So, okay. So, Chris, March 9th, in Canyon, Texas, the first annual High Plains Toy Show. So check that out. Hey, remind me, if you will, I don't know, a week or 2 before that happens, I'll post that up on Instagram and all that stuff. So that way we can hopefully promote that show and get you guys some people there, or at least a few more. Not that I'm some sage bringer of people, but. Okay, am I using AutoCAD? I'm not. I'm using Google Trimble SketchUp. Used to be Google SketchUp. So I realize it's not a serious CAD program necessarily, but I know it well, and I can knock out parts pretty quick. I'll catch you later, Farmer Jacob. Sorry I missed you. In there. Okay, I just want to catch up on. Do you have a truck you 3D printed? I will in a week. I'm going to test print it pretty much right now. Let's see. Should check out Mountain View Farms on Instagram. Definitely, guys. Go check out Mountain View Farms on Instagram. We love spreading the word of the tractor here. So, I'm not going to do any more of these right now. Okay, so here's the next thing I want to do. Hey, what's up, Wyatt? So these are openers. Oops, there's the camera. These are openers for that inline ripper. This guy. So this is what they look like straight off the printer. You can see all the supports that have to come off and all that. So the best thing to do, in my opinion, is break it down individually. Now these should clean up super easy. Just got to be careful. So these are really still flexible because haven't gone through the final cure under the UV light yet. And since these are pretty fragile anyway, you just got to be extra careful with these because it would be so easy to break one. Because trust me, I've done it many times. All right, we got to figure out what the deal is there. Okay. Oh, why did that double up like that? Ooh, almost broke it right there. That flexed pretty hard on me, but we didn't. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. That's not perfect, but it's pretty dang close. We'll get it to perfect. Oh, there we go. We'll get it to perfect once it's cured, when we can do a little filing and things like that on it. All right. My oldest tractor in real life, we have a 4020 still on the farm that we've had since it was brand new. So that would be that. Second oldest is our New Holland 9384 that we still plant corn with. So we have threatened to get rid of that tractor so many times, but it's been such a good tractor. And it's been paid for a very long time. It's just hard to get rid of something like that. Ooh, I was afraid that was going to snap, but it didn't. Oh, that one's perfect. Okay, that one's even better. That's a better one to show you guys. Where's that camera would focus a little quicker? So there you go. Ooh, dropped it. But anyway, you can see the wavy blades turned out and everything. And like I said, I didn't do this file. This is a Circle C file that I did some horse trading with him for. So there's that. What am I cleaning right now? Oh, so these are inline ripper openers. So they go on the front of the ripper. Here, I'll show you the finished ripper. Maybe. So those are the front openers on that puppy. You get trucks and you fix them. Nice. Favorite tractor brand? Steiger. Love them. Yeah, those are my favorite for sure. I like all tractors though. I mean, that's what kind of why I named this channel For the Love of Tractors, because I mean, I'm just a tractor fan. I just think tractors are cool. You know, they look cool, they're big, they sound cool, they get a ton of work done. So, for the most part, I don't really care what color they are. Oh, these are cleaning up excellent. I am super happy with how those are turning out. All right. Do you know Greenlight Collectibles? I mean, I know of them. I don't know them personally, but I know of them. What 1/64 scale fifth wheel trailer do you recommend? Greenlight. Those Greenlight trailers are awesome. They're nicely detailed. Let's see if I got one. I bet I don't. I swear I brought one over. Yeah, there it is. There you go. These puppies, like them. They're cool. They're cheap too, so you can't beat that. Sorry, I'm terrible at holding stuff in front of the camera, aren't I? I'll catch on to this whole live thing one of these days. Anyway, like I was saying, I don't do this for a living, but I wish it did. I think it would be super cool. And I'm trying to make a little money off of it, but sometimes, you know, I basically quit building from, let's say, I don't know, April to November, late November, so unfortunately, just don't have time. Wish it did. My first car, oh my god, my first car was a 1992 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme that I bought off my dad for pretty much, I don't know, nothing, because it was pretty well toast. It had, I mean, he took care of it well, but they just had a ton of miles on it, and it had a digital dash, like the entire dash was digital, and it only worked sometimes, so you didn't know how fast you were going. So anyway, that was my first car. It was a great car, though. I mean, when you're 16, I mean, you don't care what car you have. You'll take anything, right? So that's the way I was. I was just happy to have a car. Oh, man, some of these prints turned out super crappy. So I got to figure out what the deal with that is. I kind of have a suspicion it's a temperature issue down here, because it gets pretty dang cold if I'm not down here with the space heater running. So I kind of wonder if that's got something to do with it. It may also be the way I laid these out, though. So when you're printing, so see how these are laid out flat? So a lot of times, I guess you can't unless I put it, so you see how like this long part is laid out flat? So when you're printing on a resin printer like I have that uses an LCD, sometimes you'll get some sag along long runs like this. So that's why typically you print more orientated like this. But this is the first batch of these I printed. I've since changed the orientation on those how I print. And I ran a test on it, and it seems like I'm going to have way better luck. Because I printed, I think I tried to do, I don't know, 16 or 18 of these at a time. And I probably, oh boy, I broke that one. And I probably only got about 8 successful prints out of that. So that's pretty terrible. Still not a lot of money, though. If anyone wants me to fix or upgrade their toy truck semis, yeah, hit up Jackboy 1912 Titanic. He's a truck guy. That's a stiff market, that truck market. I kind of stay out of there because, man, those guys, and it's crazy. Like, it's crazy the money the guys are shelling out in the truck, the custom 64 scale truck market. It's insane. Yeah, so I'm going to the Mark Twain Farm Toy Show in February there at Auburn. So we'll see. It's in Quincy, Illinois. It's like February, I don't know, 21st through the 23rd or something like that. And we'll see how it goes. That's what that's what a lot of this is for. We're trying to get stuff going. Because obviously got to have a fair amount of inventory to go to one of those, or you're sort of just wasting your time. I figured up, by the time I reserve my room and reservations and gas and all that stuff, I'm basically $300, in the hole starting out. So, $300, it doesn't sound like a ton, but when you sell parts for $2 a piece or whatever, and rippers for $30, and whatever else I end up selling, most of my stuff I try to keep in that like $40 to, let's say, $80 range, and so now let me there we go. And anyway, you gotta sell a lot of stuff to make up $300 there. But it's doable, not worried about it. And if I don't make any money, well, oh well, not the end of the world. It's worth it. It's a learning experience. I'll get some cool videos out of it, I hope. It's kind of exciting to get it go. And I thought it'd be cool to document it, because I don't know that anybody's ever documented, like, hey, I'm going to a toy show before. Now that I've said that on the internet, everybody's going to do it before me, but it's okay. So these are handrails for Case IH Quadtracs. I'll show you this style of Quadtrac. So, anyway, working on some detail kits for those. They're about 10 years too late, but it's the way it goes. I need them, even if nobody else is doing custom Quadtracs anymore. I don't know that everybody, what always kind of blows my mind is everybody does really nice custom John Deere stuff. And then some of the oddball stuff people will do. But nobody does, like, I mean, there really aren't a ton of high detail Case IH products out on the market. So. What do you use to stick things together besides glue? Glue! Hey, what's up, Sambo? Merry Christmas to you. Hope it's a good one. If you guys haven't, check out Sambo's Stop Mo's channel. It's great. I love it. One of my favorite YouTube channels. So anyway, just, yeah, go check him out. There we go. Okay, there was a question. Oh, so glue. Yeah, so I use super glue. I use, I'll go grab some here and show you guys the bottle. As soon as I get this plucked. There we go. Oh, those are turning out great. Super happy with how that looks. Those are coming out. Oh, it's going to save so much time. I used to bend wire for days making those. All right, super glue, super glue, super glue. All right, so this is what I use. BSI Industries, although now they're calling it Scenic Express. That's just Scenic Express repackaging BSI Industries glue. I didn't realize that when I bought it, actually. That's kind of funny. And then this is Activator. So you buy these on like YouTube or whatever. They've got this thing. You can squeeze it. Your activator comes out. BSI Industries makes some Instaset activator. Sorry. So what you do is you put a drop of super glue on your part and a drop of your activator, and you don't have to sit there and hold it forever and pray it works. All right, sorry, got to pop some knuckles here. Oh, thanks. All right, looks like Farming Etc. is making some 164 scale channels. Cool. I don't know if I'm subscribed to you. I will, though. When I get done with this video, I'll go check it out. Because I'm down with anything farm toy related. I know a lot of people, like, it's kind of weird. A lot of people are, I don't know, a lot of people live for drama, I guess. And so they'll follow, like, political stuff or reality TV stuff or whatever, but I don't know. I don't like drama. I think that's ridiculous. People get upset over that stuff. It drives me nuts. I like farm toys, so pretty much everything I subscribe to on YouTube is farm toy related. Although I picked up a couple model railroading channels recently because those guys are wizards at doing scenery. So I'm trying to learn some things from them. And off the top of my head, I can't remember. Luke Towan is one of them I've been watching the living daylights out of. And I mean, I'm giving him a shout out. I know he doesn't have a freaking clue who I am, but... Yeah, Brad, I got to get Jim over here, for sure. I just talked to Jim last Friday. He was over here last Friday. He was picking up a 1/16 scale anhydrous applicator from us. That my dad did the assembly on, and I did the 3D printing on. And so anyway, yeah, we got to get Jim over here for sure on a live stream. It'd be ridiculous. Maybe we will. Like, maybe it's St. Louis. I bet he would. Yeah, we would probably. Maybe it's St. Louis. He's got something cool coming to St. Louis. You know, every year he tries to kind of do a, let's call it a showpiece. I don't know, a centerpiece for his room, if you will. Something incredible. Last year he did that quad track Big Bud. That it was a Trum Big Bud, and then he took. Oh man, I broke that one. Crap. He took Case IH. Okay, note to self. Those are probably going to have to be cured, those long ones, because they are super fragile before I do much to them. He took a Trum Big Bud and put quad tracks on it, which is kind of crazy when you consider the price of those Trum Big Buds. But anyway, he's got something cooking this year. So you model railroad Amtrak. Okay, cool. That's cool. Yeah, I like. Do you have a channel, Auburn Callaway, or is it just something you do? Is this just your hobby? Because if you've got a channel, I'll throw it up here. I'll check it out. Yeah, for sure, Jack Boy. I'd love to check out your channel. Like I said, that's YouTube channels are awesome. Like when you've got a quick 5 minutes, you're sitting there waiting on something or somebody or whatever, throw on a quick YouTube video and just see what other people are doing. That's what I like about them anyway. That's what I do most of the time. Or, for instructional purposes. You're going to be getting a 3D printer in the next couple days, and we'll be printing farm toy parts and custom printing. Nice. What printer did you get, or are you going to get? Just a hobby. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, if I didn't do farm toys, if I wasn't freaking neck deep in farm toys, I would for sure do model railroading. Because, it's cool. When I was a kid, I don't know why I never pursued this. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a train engineer. And I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know, I was just growing up, and I think when you're growing up and everybody's telling you, like, you need to go off to school or college or whatever, so I decided to do that. And don't get me wrong, that was a good decision. I'm certainly not knocking that. But I just don't know why I never pursued the train engineer thing. Because looking back, I don't know. That was always something I wanted to do. Oh well. Live and you learn. Also, one 400th aircraft. That is tiny. That's cool. If you could get one tractor and one implement produced by SpecCast, what would you choose? Oh boy, that is a heck of a question. Oh boy. Okay. So I want to say a Steiger, but I don't want them to make a Steiger, to be honest with you, because I don't want Steigers everywhere. Like, and I know that's kind of crazy, but like I do Steigers. That's kind of like one of my things, and I don't know. Like if SpecCast does it, then all of a sudden everybody has the tractors I have, and that's not as fun. I mean, it is, but it's not. Not to be selfish, but so maybe like I would really, honestly, what I'd really love to see them do is I would love to see them do one of those big Challenger 4-wheel drives. I think that would be awesome. High detail, make it a $50, $60 tractor, whatever it takes to get that sucker awesome. Do one of those, and then I don't care, make an implement to match it. Like I would love to see something really awesome like a Kraus Dominator or something like that. But, I don't know. That's my thoughts. I'd love to see something like that. I think it'd be so cool. SpecCast does such a great job. So, if there's one thing from Spike House I would like to get elected in, scraper trailer. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Okay, this is being really stubborn for some reason, all of a sudden. So what happens, so what I do with these is, so the hypersonic or supersonic or ultrasonic, whatever the heck that cleaner's called, the cleaner that I have, I think it's called an ultrasonic cleaner. I think the other day I called it a supersonic cleaner. It has a heat function, and so I heat the water up, and then that seems to help get rid of these supports a little easier. But so now I'm probably a good 30 minutes from when I did that, and so it's the plastic's cooled off again, and so it's not coming apart quite as easy, but it's still pretty easy. Like there, I got 2 for 1. So you can see, like, people ask like, what is the okay, hang on a second. I'm 12 and I'm getting into 164 scale farm equipment. What's the first tractor? Oh, Landau VT would be sweet, and by SpecCast. Yeah, that would be sweet. What's the first tractor you should get? I don't know, whatever you can afford, man. Like, what do you like? Whatever your favorite tractor brand is, go get the one that you can afford in that brand. If it's a Case IH, go get a Quad Track or one of those new Magna-Track, Row-Track thingies. If it's a John Deere, get a Quad Track. I like tracks myself, although I seriously have a soft spot in my heart for those big John Deere four-wheel drives that are out right now, the R series four-wheel drives. Those things are so cool looking, I think. I saw two of them today. They were just sitting. They've been putting on anhydrous, but we got some snow here the other day. Kind of put a halt to field work. But, man, they're just cool. I love them. Have you seen the Greenlight International Harvester tractors? I have one. Not here, though. It's at home. Well, I'm at home. It's in my... Not at home. It's in a box. I moved. So it's in my box of a bunch of tractors. I did a video on it, I think, right? Maybe. I think I did a video on that. So if you look back through my videos, I'm pretty sure I did a video on that Greenlight IH. They're nice tractors, especially for $5. I mean, can't beat the price on them, that's for sure. Or I don't think so. How did you get into farm displays? So, when I was little, I had a, like a HO scale railroad set. And so, at some point when I was younger, I started trying to get like buildings and scenery and stuff for that. And then we went to the Mark Twain Toy Show in Hannibal, Illinois at that point. And this guy had just a small model farm setup. It was like a mini display, like what we'd call a mini display today. Dang it, broke another one of those. Those are really fragile. I'm going to have to beef those up. These straight ones are being a pain. Anyway, I saw that because I don't know, like when you're a kid, you see like model train layouts and you think, oh, that's cool. Well, maybe I could do something like that. You don't think of model farm layouts. I mean, I love farming way more than I love trains, although I think trains are cool too. So anyway, that's how it started. So my train layout turned into a farm layout pretty quick. We have like 5 9R John Deere's. Nice. Yeah, those things are they're just super cool, I think. Actually, I'm trying to catch up here. I know I missed something, maybe not. Do you know anyone who can build custom wildland fire truck in 1/64 scale? Oh boy. Talk to Chris Steeb. And he is Chris Steeb on Facebook, obviously. Actually, I don't know if he's on Facebook anymore. He is Redlands, Oklahoma on Instagram. I don't know. He doesn't always build because he's a busy guy, but sometimes he will build. And I mean, it's going to be a slow thing. He's going to take a while, but he would be the first guy I would try. I don't know. I'm sure there's others, but if you want to get your truck fixed, we'll do it for $1. And here's the email. There you go. All right, I got a new Auto World 1976 Cheyenne Stepwise for my farm. Oh, nice! Oh, nice. That's cool. Those Auto World cars are pretty sweet. You should do a video on your 3D printing process. I definitely will. For sure. I've been debating on if I should start with like the design process, but I'll be honest, that's not something I feel like I can teach. And plus there's a million videos out there. And there's 100 different programs to use. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I definitely could. So maybe I will. I will this winter at some point. It's just kind of got to be the right time. Probably wait when the snow starts flying real good here and everything's completely done for the winter. And I just have my weekends to sit in here and build stuff and do videos. I will. Maybe there's the... Oh, nope. Sometimes you can kind of find a little trick to removing these supports. And then sometimes you can't. That went pretty good, but I've still, like, these corners are still just giving me a fit on these straight ones. The curved ones, these are like the cab rails. The step rails are coming off super easy. Oh man, that's so frustrating. I'm gonna have to beef those up. That's just all there's to it. I use what 3D printer do I use? I use an Anycubic Photon S. is what I use. Since Shapeways is getting pricey and 3D printers are getting cheaper, how much the 3D print would it take to get? How much do you think it would take to get a 3D printer to save money? So if you can design, which I know you younger guys, you guys are getting taught that stuff in freaking industrial arts now. I'm super jealous, you know, in your ag classes or whatever. I think a lot of them are teaching that design. $250 will get you an Anycubic Photon, not the S version. You don't need the S version, to be honest with you. I got it because I'd heard it was going to be better. You could get a little better quality fine detail prints, but after seeing what the regular Anycubic could do, as well as my Photon S, kind of wish I had just got the regular, to be honest with you. Saved myself quite a bit of money, but that's okay. Live and learn. And I'm not unhappy with my printer. It's awesome, but you know, that's it. You know, I don't know. So yeah, and Shapeways is out of control on their prices. That's just it's the freaking bottom line. I have not bought from Shapeways. I think I looked since February of this year, and I think I bought. I can't remember. I think I bought some Actually, I think I bought exactly what I'm working on right now. A hand drill kit for quad tracks. So yeah, I mean, Shapeways is just out of hand. So I mean, yeah, I'll be glad to help. I don't know that I can help you with the design process. Like I said, that's going to take somebody. Yeah, I mean, that's a YouTube situation. You just got to do it and learn it and be frustrated with it. I can't teach you that, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, as far as what to print and how to print it, yeah, you bet. I have no idea what keeps popping over there on the other side of this room. Oh well. Yeah, like I said, I pretty much gave up on Shapeways too. It's just, you know, whatever. It sucks. Like, they used to be awesome because they used to be quick and they used to be reasonably priced. Like, so, for example, I don't think I have one here. I do somewhere. My fertilizer tinder bed. That used to cost me $12 to print on Shapeways. So $12, you stick that on a DCP truck that costs you $60 to $70. Now you've got, you know, let's call it $80. So you can sell that for $100 to $110. You know, you're shooting for here like, so here's how you make the sausage a little bit. You shoot for 30% margin when you sell something. And if you can make 30%, you're doing pretty good. I know there's guys that are shooting for double. They're not selling that much. I'll be just completely honest with you. They're just not. Anyway, now that fertilizer bed cost me $40, which means all of a sudden that same thing that I could use to sell for 110 is, you know, 150, 160 bucks. Nobody's buying a fertilizer truck for 160 bucks. It's just not a thing. Like, nobody's going to do that. You might get a guy or two, but there's not a market for that necessarily. So anyway, I mean, that's ultimately, so originally, and so instead of getting a home printer, I started shipping. I started printing out of China, which is fine, whatever. But I hate doing business with China for a lot of reasons. But and then they started getting up on their price. Not terrible, don't get me wrong. It's not ridiculous. But the shipping kills you on there. You couldn't ship, like, it's not like Shapeways where you could ship a couple items. If you're shipping from China, if you're printing in China, you need to have 20, 30, 40 items ready to go. So now you have a bunch of costs tied up. Dang it. Oh my gosh, I keep breaking these dang cab rails just keep breaking on me. Gosh darn. Okay. I'm going to have to try something different on those. So what I'm going to do is separate those from the step rails, because these step rails are peeling like butter, where those cab rails are just being a real pain in the rear. So I'm gonna have to beef those cab rails up. That's just all there is to it, because I broke too many. So anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts on Shapeways. I'm not gonna buy much from them anymore. You could try adding a train in your future farm. I would love to do that for sure. Um, so I think it's possible I will add it'd be an S scale train because that's what 164 scale is. It's definitely possible that that happens. You like my videos? What's my name? My name's Jason. Thank you. I appreciate you liking my videos. That's awesome. Yeah. My hands are not working. Oh, I got a tear in my gloves. I better go. Probably better get a new glove pretty quick here. I don't know. I may only do a couple more of these, and I probably better get out here. It's getting late. I got some stuff I got to do before bed, unfortunately. Such is life. I wish it was all farm toys and YouTube chats, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way, does it? I guess it does for some people. Well, maybe not farm toys, but I guess people make a living off YouTube sometimes, but there's no way doing what I do, you're going to make a living. Have you seen some super small RC farm shows? Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff. It's super cool. I love the RC stuff. If I had time, I'd try one, but how long does it take to print with a 3D printer? A while. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. These rims right here is about a 4-hour print. So, yeah, I mean, you can print, don't get me wrong, I can print 8 at a time, but it's 4 hours. So, it is not a quick thing. It's not something you just fire up and, hey, you're printing. So, and plus you've got, like I said, you've got design time, and I easily had a couple hours designing those rims, easily, because I'm not fast, and there's certain ways you got to do it, things like that. So there's that, and then, you know, I've been sitting here cleaning parts for, I don't know, how long is this video going? 52 minutes. So, yeah, there you go. Ex-dairy farmer, cool. Very cool. Dairy farming's awesome. I always think of dairy farmers this time of year when it's cold and like Christmas time, because you guys don't get the day off like us row crop guys do. I mean, I'm sure there's some row crop guys that won't be taking Christmas off, but you know, we're pretty well done for the year. So I mean, we got some ground to work and some whoa, that shot across the room, and some anhydrous to put on, but we're not going to do it on Christmas. So, yeah. Much respect for the dairy and livestock guys. Yeah, I don't know why these ladder rails are so much easier to clean than these dang cab rails. I don't know what the deal with that is. So, my 164 scale 9410R will have 3-point flashers and mirrors and beacons and 480 tires on 30-inch. Yeah, that will be cool. That's going to be a really nice tractor. You know what tires you're using? Or did you put on there what tires you... Oh, 480 tires. Gotcha. Sorry. Yeah. That'll be cool. Yeah, that's going to be a sweet tractor. Like I said, I just love those R-Series tractors. I'm not sure why, but... I do now retire. I had 140 head. Nice. Yeah, that's not a small herd, huh? Dang. Where are you from, Larry, if you don't mind me asking? I'm from Illinois. I'm like the western part of Illinois that nobody goes to. Two 9410Rs in real life. Wow, nice. Yeah, I love those tractors. I don't know, they just look like beasts in the field to me. You know, we have Case IH quad tracks for our big tractors, and I like them. And I mean, I think they're super cool, and they're really handy for where we farm because we're in the river bottoms, and so you want that extra flotation. But I don't know, there's something about that R Series John Deere tractors that I'm kind of in love with. I have printing right now. We'll see how it works. I have some, let's call it dress-up parts for a John Deere quad track for these RX tractors. We'll see how that goes. Don't know. Test print will be done in like 2 hours, so I don't know if I'll be awake when it's done, but... Oh, okay, cool. 50 miles. My wife is in Indy right now at my in-laws doing a Christmas thing. It's super quiet around here, and I don't like it so much, to be honest with you, without her here. That's why I'm just like, I'm down here, and I'm just going to plow away at work, so I'm not upstairs and just whatever, bored to death or something. What do you use to make mirrors for your tractors? Okay, so if you want to scratch build them, super easy. Get some like straight pins or something along those lines. Styrene, brass tube, whatever. And then if you get some styrene sheets, you can just cut little squares out for your mirrors. Glue the two together. Take a really small drill bit, drill into your cab to mount the mirror. Tiny drop of super glue, put that in the hole, boom, you're done. For my tractors, though, I 3D print them. I 3D print all my mirrors. I used to scratch build every one of them, but with printing, it's just so much easier and more handy to just knock out a print. I try to print about my printer will print about eight sets of mirrors at a time, so it's pretty handy. Took me I don't know, probably took me 45 minutes to draw up the John Deere mirrors that I print, and then the Case IH mirrors. I had a little trouble because, of course, the Case IH mirrors have the flasher beacon on them. And I don't know why, but I was having the darndest time getting that flasher beacon in the mirror to be a solid so that it would print. But that's the way it goes. Yeah, Dale Matson's a super cool guy, super nice guy. Yeah, I've gotten stuff from him in the past, and I will definitely get stuff from him in the future. He's one of the guys in the industry that just one of the good guys, and he has taken a lot of guys that are making parts and kits and kind of miscellaneous oddball tractors, and he's giving them a bit of an outlet to sell them. I think he buys them, kind of a wholesale cost, and then sells them to other people. And I think that's super cool. I don't know. That's just cool to me. Like when a guy, I get like he's making money too, but he doesn't have to do that, and he does. So that's cool to me. So guys like that, like I always, guys like that kind of like help out others in the industry or kind of work with others in the industry. Those are the guys I like, because that's what it's all about, in my opinion. So. Oh my gosh, I wish those... Oh man, look at that. One swipe and I got that basic... Oh, there it is. Basically cleaned up. I wish those cab rails were doing that. Have you seen any of the 3D? Yeah, I have actually. Shapeways will print you in 3D metal if you want to pay a small fortune, and I have, and it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I bought some brass parts off of Shapeways. I bought my my steerable front end kit. I don't know if you guys have seen that. I bought it in brass off Shapeways. It was cool. It's nice, but it's kind of great to be able to work with metal. It's obviously a little more sturdy. You can drill on it a little better, a little easier, a little more comfortably, I guess, without having to worry about breaking it. And that's cool, but it's pricey. I mean, if that comes to home printing, that's awesome. I'll be all in on that if it's a reasonable price. Oh, okay. Yeah, 9560. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, he's a good guy. There's no doubt about it. Is there a future of modeling in your opinion? Yeah. I mean, I think so. 164 lot panels. Check out C&D Models, Larry. I don't know I'm pretty sure he has some, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, I think it's like cndmodels.site, or you can find him on Facebook. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah. Ah, hey, what's up, BB? Glad you can make it. BB Auto Wrecking is another one of my favorite YouTube channels. Go check him out too, guys. Do you have any 9R series in your collection? I do. And I did a video on them if you want to check that out. And I'm blank on the model numbers right now, but I did a steel tank conversion on one of the ones with the poly tanks, and so that was super cool. That turned out awesome. But yeah, I've got 3 9Rs in my collection, and I'm definitely gonna do more because I'm printing kits for them right now. So the kits I'm printing are gonna have like the hydraulic outlets on the back. I mean, I know Ertl has them, but I feel like they could be detailed a little better. And then I've got handrails I'm working on, although I'm not 100% sure how those are going to turn out after working on these. Mirrors, flashers, that good stuff. So yeah, definitely. I got to get a drink. $7580 Alice, those are sweet tractors. I had a guy one time, I was chatting with him, and like, we were talking tractors, and I think like for about 10 tractors in a row, I'm like, oh man, those are so cool. And he's like, you basically think every tractor is cool. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I do. How do you do a metal tank on those 9Rs? So if you go and check out HMC replicas on Shapeways, his name is Hector Matthews. He makes a kit to convert from poly tank to steel tank. It's super expensive. Not going to sugarcoat it, but it's cool. It's unbelievable detail. I mean, he, in my opinion, is the best 3D modeler in the farm toy world right now, or at least guy that actually does farm toys as well. There's a couple other guys. There's a guy in Europe named Marian Kosa. He does a ton of modeling for a lot of people, 3D stuff. He does some for me, to be honest with you. He did my Kraus field cultivator, and he is doing a project for me right now that I can't say just yet. And notice you have diesel tanks on your display. I need a couple of those with the hoses too. Yeah, I've got those on my website, fortheloveoftractors.com. And I can get more if those are sold out or whatever. I haven't looked at the website yet this weekend, so I don't know if I sold anything. But, anyway. The hoses, I mean, I can put the hoses on them for you if you want. It's no big deal. It's easy to do. I just use magic stretch cord. And once you can get it basically most, like Hobby Lobby, places like that, it's like a jewelry... it's like a jewelry cord. People put like beads and stuff on them. But they work awesome for hydraulic lines and fuel lines. So, anyway, there's a little tip if you want to do them yourself. How much for a 9R kit? Let me get them printed and done before I know for sure. Maybe like, I don't know if you can shoot me a PM on Instagram or Facebook or email on my website. But they're going to be reasonably inexpensive. Like I'm shooting for, let's call it 10 to 15 bucks. So we'll see. I mean, I think that's pretty reasonable. That's what I'm hoping to get them down to anyway. So sanding the polytank ridges and painting it green. Yeah, that would work. If you can get those ridges nice and flat, I don't see why not. Are you going to have cattle on your display? I'm going to have like a hobby cattle lot. So I'm not going to go full like livestock farm. But yeah, I'm going to have a little bit of cattle on there. And I'm getting my cows from C&D Models. He's got some. If I had the time, I would do, or if I had the, not the time, if I had the space and the know-how, to be honest with you, I would do a dairy. I'd do some Holsteins. It'd be cool. They're kind of my favorite kind of cow. Can you have a favorite kind of cow? I don't know. I guess I do. How many tractors do you have in real life? Okay. We have two Case IH quad tracks, a 485 and a 450. We have a 4020. Sorry, we used to have two. We got rid of one. We have a John Deere 6420. We have a John Deere 8335 RT and a John Deere 8230T. And then we have a New Holland 9384. We have a New Holland Boomer as well. I think that's it. That covers the farm. John Deere Combine S670. We used to have I've got the John Deere 9600 Combine on my brain for some reason, and I don't know why. Greenlight came out with the grandma version of the Ford Crown Vic. Oh, nice. Yes, they will definitely be on my website. I hope, right after Christmas. Like I said, I'm running the test prints right now. And if these are successful, we're ready to go. It's just a matter of bagging the kits up and, getting them put on the website. What can I use for 1/16 scale hydraulic lines? Go to, I'm blank on exactly what it's called. If you've got a Hobby Lobby or like a Michaels near you, just go to like the bead section, like the jewelry section, and walk around, and it will hit you. You'll see. Like I said, I use Magic Stretch Cord for 1/64. There's different sizes of that, so maybe some of that actually. But yeah. Oh yeah, I would appreciate that 9460R if you'd grab one of those for me. I'd love to hear what you think about the kits. If you do pick one of those up. Like I said, hope to have it real soon. So testing right now. This first batch, like I said, it's got a couple hours left to go. So I don't know if I'll get it done before I go to bed or not. And then I would hope by the end of tomorrow my test prints are done. And then it's just a matter of putting one together and making sure it looks right and all that sort of thing, which hopefully we'll be able to do this week. I live on a 300-acre farm myself. My favorite tractor is a John Deere 6300. Cool. That's really cool. Oh, thin O-rings for 16 scale. That's an awesome idea. Yeah, that's a super cool idea. Yeah, thanks. All right, I'm going to do one more of these, and I'm calling it a night. I'm getting tired. I was going to work on my display tonight. And I thought about doing a live stream of that, actually. But I'm going to have to do a lot of sanding and dremeling and things of that nature. And so I kind of thought to myself, maybe that wasn't such a great idea. Because it might be loud, might not get to answer too many questions. Oh, we have two quad tracks and a row track. Nice. What model numbers are those quad tracks there, Zane? I see a big bud on your site, and now I'm drooling. Hey, it can be yours, BB, for, I don't even know what I got that listed for. But it can be yours. That's a nice tractor. I'm proud of that one. I don't know if you're talking about the weathered one or the big tired one, but both of them are cool. How do I do interiors? Yeah, the weathered one. I thought that turned out awesome. I put the road worn tires from Chucky on there, just to kind of like top it off. It's cool. It's one of those tractors where, like, if it sells, cool, I made some money. If it doesn't sell, cool, I can sit it on my shelf. we can get that low boy headed out west. Will you show the 9R kits in a video? Yeah, you bet. I definitely will. I'll do a video. I'll show a finished up one. And then I'll show like kind of the kit at the same time, so you can kind of see and hopefully use that video to see where everything goes. Should be super easy to put together, though. I mean, I hope. I've tried to design it so that it's really easy. So we'll see. But if you get one and you need some help, I'm always happy to help. So, all right, let's. Hey, look at my ceiling. Oh yeah, that would look awesome next to that 1150. You bet. Yeah, so Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. Rotrack is a 350. Okay, cool. That's a big dog right there. That's some serious horses for the Rotrack, yeah. Oh, interiors. Yeah, sorry, Auburn. So I build mine out of styrene if I don't print them. Like I've just started printing interiors, um, like really within like the last month. But I build them out of styrene. So sheets of styrene is where it's at, as far as I'm concerned. You can get it at basically any hobby store. You can get it online at a million places. I'll try to block that light so it's not whatever. But yeah, so get your tractor. Let's see. Let's just grab. Let's grab one of these. Get your tractor. Now, obviously, you're not going to do it on one of these because it has an interior. But take the cab off, kind of measure, put your floor in, and then you just start building your details, whether that's your seat or your console or whatever. And then for like your hydraulic levers and all that stuff, I use straight pins and then just paint the tip. Like I use the straight pins that have the flat head, so it almost looks like a shift knob. Just paint the tip whatever color you need to paint, and go from there. So yeah, that's it. I think. Yeah. Nobody's doing those 9R kits that I can tell anyway. So, like I said, I hope it's helpful for some people. So, hey Grayson, how's it going? Planter tractor on a 36 row. Oh gosh, that's awesome. That's a beast of a planter right there. That's cool. We looked at a row crop quad, and we almost pulled the trigger, and I don't even remember why we didn't at now. But we were there. We were shopping pretty hard for one, and then for some reason we just didn't. So I'm very good. Yeah, it's I'm not looking forward to Monday, but it's a short week, right? So I mean I'm gonna work pretty hard tomorrow, probably late day, at least work until dark, and then I don't know. Tuesday I would love to take off early because it's Christmas Eve, but I don't know if I will. May still work until dark. Got Christmas Eve mass. Then we always do like a family gathering after that. Have like a kind of a light dinner. Then Christmas Day, huge family get together, huge dinner. That's always fun to get to see people that I haven't, maybe only get to see a few times a year or whatever. So I'm excited. I hope all you guys have an awesome Christmas. If Christmas isn't your thing, I hope your Wednesday is awesome. So. What do I use for Ertls without cab windows? Okay, so you can get clear. Oh, you know what? I was gonna say clear styrene. To heck with that. That's the hard way. Anything you buy that has clear packaging is a window, in my opinion. So you just measure, cut your clear packaging down to size. So BSI Industries. So this is the Instacure from BSI. BSI makes a gold labeled glue that does not haze up clear anything, clear plastic or whatever. So get that. It's a little expensive. I'm not gonna lie. You can get it at Hobby Link and all. A lot of those hobby stores carry it. You can get it a lot of places online. But anyway, so use that glue on your clear plastic. Cheap glass works perfect. If you screw up, to heck with it. You're out of package. Every farm toy you buy is going to have that clear stuff on it. I mean, here's a big bud box. Look at all that flat glass in there. I mean, there's so much potential. So anyway, that's what I use. I mean, this is a cheap, easy way. You can buy clear styrene too. Don't get me wrong. If you want to just start with something flat, you can do that. It's easy. So I've been thinking about doing a prairie display, but I don't have the room, so it's where the bud. Oh, nice. Yeah. Where can you get solid 3-point hitches? Solid meaning don't move. Lots of people. I will try to do a 3-point hitch here in the not too distant future as far as printing goes, but that's going to be a while. That'll be an end of the winter situation because I don't put a lot of 3-point hitches on tractors, to be honest with you. So, we have 2 tractors that have 3 points. We have a 485 quad track has a 3-point, and the 8335 RT has a 3-point. So, I just don't use it too much. But Moore's Farm Toys has them. C&D Models has them. There's probably some 3D printed options out there as well. So, I'm 10 and trying to get into custom farm toys. Okay, awesome, Casey. Go for it, man. Just start with something inexpensive that you can tear up and not be out too much if you do. I like to tell people use tire swaps. Start with a tire swap, That's usually the easiest, even if it's just swapping from one tractor to another that you have. But if you can, get you some aftermarket tires from Mini Toy Truck and Tractor or Chucky or somebody like that, cool. You can use those too. After that, detail kits, repainting, filling in seams. I've got some videos on some of that stuff if you want to search through the history there and check it out. But the important thing is to do it, is to start. And if it doesn't turn out great the first time, don't worry about it. So, it's no big deal. We all started off pretty terrible. And anybody says they didn't is lying to you. 10 and making models. That's awesome. That's the way to do it. Start young. You guys that are young, you start getting into farm toys now, you will never have enough money to get into any real trouble in life. So that's a good thing. I started with weathering jobs. Well, you know what? Your weathering jobs are pretty cool, BB. But yeah, absolutely. Weathering jobs are another great place to start because you just need some cheap paint. You can go to, any hobby store, Walmart, whatever, and you can get those like craft paints, this stuff right here. And these are like $3 a bottle, something like that. So to weather, in my opinion, you need silver, you need rust brown, you need black. You can get other colors if you really want to get into it, but those will get you started. And then once you do that, you guys can get into some, more of the like specific modeling weather stuff. But those three will get you going. So for like $9 or $10, you can have all the paint you need to model tons of tractors or to weather tons of tractors. Then you need some brushes. Just get you some cheap brushes. You can get like 100 brushes for $10 on Amazon, something like that, maybe $20. So that's, if you want to start weathering, go for it. I got a video on it. Check it out. So I have a couple of videos on it, actually. Yeah, you too, Larry. Have a Merry Christmas. I hope you do. My dad got mad at me when I tear up tractors and make model. Well, I can see that. Yeah, I could definitely see that. But maybe show him some videos of some custom tractors or some pictures and tell him this is what you're trying to do. This is a hobby you want to get into. So, and then maybe he'll understand. Maybe he'll even help you out some. So, how did I get a start? How do you start in this hobby? Start. That's all there is to it. Buy tractors. Start. Find a tractor you like. Get it. If you want to start customizing, start looking at videos and tutorials if you have to. If not, just look at it and try to figure it out. In my opinion, one of the best ways to sort of figure out how to customize stuff is to take a walk through a hobby store, like a Hobby Lobby, a Michaels, even the craft section of Walmart, because there's stuff there that you can make things out of. Straight pins, like I said, hydraulic lines. You can get all sorts of cords and things like that for hydraulic lines at those places. You just never know. Spacers for tractors I use beads out of the craft section at Walmart. And they just slide over your axle. And you've got a perfect spacer. So that's kind of what you got to do. So custom tools. So things like sprue cutters. These you can find online, of course. You can find everything online. Amazon, so on and so forth. A lot of hobby stores will carry these, specifically model train hobby stores. If you're lucky enough to be close to one of those, I'm not. I have to drive 2 hours to one, but it's worth the drive. Jeweler stuff. Absolutely. That was going to be my next. Jeweler stuff has all these really cool tools. Absolutely get those. Yeah, a Leatherman. Cool. That's an awesome suggestion. Definitely. A Dremel is something you want, for sure. Save your money, get a decent Dremel, get one with the flex head if you can. I think it's going to cost you $80, roughly. $80-$90 for a decent Dremel kit. And if you have to start with the cheap Dremel, no harm in that. Go for it. If you have to start with like the Harbor Freight off-brand model, there's no harm in that. In my opinion, the important thing is to get started. So, cheap tire puller, great question. Doesn't exist, unfortunately. You can get panel puller pliers at Harbor Freight, and they're pretty inexpensive, $7-8, something like that, maybe even less than that. They work for most things. Let me go grab mine. I'll show you. So these are panel puller pliers. And so what you do, so you can see they've got these forks. So you slide that fork between your tractor frame and the tire, give it a squeeze. It should pop those off. Doesn't work on every tractor, but it works on some. It's a start anyway. I'm gonna, let's see here. Sometimes when somebody suggests a channel or whatever, it doesn't come through on the chat unless I okay it, so sorry about that. I try to okay those because I'm cool with promoting your channels. So check out Zane's channel. I'll definitely go check it out as soon as I get done here. I do think it's dumb how much those tire pullers cost. It's, I don't want to make anybody mad, but it's dumb. It's crazy. So whatever. My Dremel was under $30 with the flex head. Oh, the Win model. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have a Win sander and a Win. What am I wanting to say? I don't want to call it a scroll saw. Bandsaw. Gosh, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Absolutely, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, check out the Win version of the Dremel because they're super cheap and completely functional. Now, one thing, I don't know if Win makes, I mean, it will fit on a Win. I highly suggest, this has saved me so much time. Dremel makes a, it used to be you had to have your wrench to change everything. They now make just a twist off, like, chuck. And they probably made it for a while, but I probably just saw it like last year. So you can change between everything just stupid quick and easy. So, and then they also make these quick change for like your sanding disc and your cutting disc. So you just pull that down and then it locks on. You just like slide your thing on and lock it on. It's worth spending the money on one of those too if you can. I mean, obviously when you're starting out, don't worry about it. Just get the tool and start using it and learning. But those are worth saving up for. Walmart has a Dremel under $30. Boom. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, a cheap one will work great as long as it gets you started. That's the only thing. Like in my opinion, that's all that matters. Now, somewhere down the road, if you're gonna get super serious into this hobby, it's probably worth investing into some nicer equipment. But you don't have to necessarily. And like I said, the important thing is for you to get going, get started. So, Lane Jansen is my 4-H, and he taught me. Oh, Lane Jensen, sorry. He taught me how to weather stuff with cheap paint and paintbrushes, and for that, I use Testors Enamel Brown Matte Paints. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, Testors paints are awesome. I mean, they're good stuff, for sure. It will be in the 24 hours on... Oh, we'll be up in 24 hours. Oh, okay, cool. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Like I said, I love checking out farm YouTube channels, so it's cool. Farm toys and stuff. That's what I do. That's what I enjoy. So, all right, guys. It's like 8:15. I gotta go. Sorry. I would like to find a cheap pair of the tire puller. I would too. I would love to. I've thought about taking him to a buddy of mine that does some machine work and see what he can make some for. To be honest with you, not that I want to copy somebody else's design because I don't. But there's some ways to improve that design. I feel like so. Yeah, who knows? Sorry, Isaac. I've been here for like, an hour and almost a half. And I got to get going. It's getting late. I got to work in the morning. I got to get up early in the morning. So, but yeah. Merry Christmas, BB. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad you guys got to come on for a few minutes. I appreciate it. Seriously, guys, appreciate you guys checking this stuff out. Watching me work, asking questions. If you could do the like, share, subscribe thing, I mean, if you could share it out on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, that would be super awesome. I'm trying to get to like 4,000 subscribers. I don't know what I'm at right now, but don't get me wrong, I'm trying to get it to like 40,000 subscribers, but I realize that's never going to happen. But we're at like 3,910 right now or something like that. So, anyway, how often do I do live streams? I don't know. I don't have a regular schedule, to be honest with you. This winter, I would love to try to do a live stream like once a week, like on a weekend, maybe like a Sunday. But I can't guarantee it, but I'll try. I'm going to try to do, regular live streams while I'm working on stuff, especially as I'm working on Dogtown. So, we'll see. Oh, thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. Like, I really do appreciate you guys coming and checking out the channel. So, all right, guys. Merry Christmas. Have yourselves a awesome holiday. Happy tractor hunting. Treat each other well. I'll catch you later.